Greetings, friends. It's Veterans Day. This is always a difficult holiday. This, Memorial Day, those ones to really celebrate. Not for the reasons that you'd think. As a Quaker, I'm a pacifist, or a very passionate person of peace. I did not mean for that obnoxious alliteration. But seriously, we need to think about, a holiday like today. It should give us pause, and we should think very, very diligently about how do we honor our veterans. I think the best way we honor them is by not making any new ones. I think the best way to honor people on Memorial Day is to not make any new people we have to memorialize because they've fought in wars and died, or just fought in wars in general. Service to one's country, service to the world in an effort to bring peace and justice and all those things to it is an amazing thing, and anyone who works towards that should be applauded and celebrated. But when the means by which we work towards that are violence, none of us can abide in that. Now, I don't hold anything against anybody who decides to serve in the capacity of taking up arms and fighting. I hold nothing against those people. I hold no ill will towards them in my heart. I totally understand that people would choose to do that. I get it. But we need to have a fundamental shift in our society that stops thinking that is not only the way, but just a way, that it's an option. We have to stop thinking that violence, unmitigated warring, that kind of violence, that kind of death and destruction, that kind of environmental destruction, that kind of terrorism is a viable option towards building peaceful world. That's an absolute delusion. If you think that it's true, that just forcing somebody, forcing a society, forcing a person in any level, but especially in the context of warring between nations, that's the way to peace. This mantra of peace through strength. You're not strong if you have to use violence to make your point, or to get somebody to do what you want to do, or not do what you want them to not do. You're weak. You're weak if you think violence is the way. Strength comes from keeping your composure, keeping your wits, having your wisdom, having collective wisdom to find ways to peace that don't require violence, to find ways to hear and understand people, so that we can truly make peace. It's the only way you actually get peace, through strength, that kind of strength. So I would challenge us on days like today to really reflect deeply on what we're celebrating, why we're celebrating, and how we could move forward to make this celebration something even better, a celebration of something even better than the sacrifices of people's lives. Because make no doubt about it, Veterans Day is a day about people who gave their lives. Whether they're, it's not Memorial Day, they haven't died. But make no mistake, those people gave those lives. Most veterans gave their lives, especially if they've seen combat. Their life is fundamentally and forever different. God forbid they were hurt, or God forbid they had to make the decision to hurt someone else in service. Their lives are fundamentally changed. The life they had up until that moment is over. They did give their life, just not in the sense that they gave their mortality. So we need to find ourselves in deep reflection on days like today. I always find myself on them, as you may be able to tell. How do we make this a celebration really worth celebrating? A day of celebration of us overcoming ourselves, the smallestness of ourselves, with the biggestness of ourselves. I know those aren't real words. I don't think anyway. But we have to do better. We have to end all war. And that would be the ultimate celebration and commemoration of the sacrifices made by all of our veterans.